Welcome everybody to my Scream review series where you'll see a review for Scream, first Scream movie every day leading up to the release of Scream 7 on February 27th, where I already have my ticket bought for. So today I watched 1996's Scream. Now, when I first watched Scream five years ago, I was not really a big horror fan. I talked about that really in my ranking, my introduction to horror, or my video where I talked about that. I really wasn't a big fan, so I'm like, I mean, it's fine. I then rewatched it 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm like, oh, I see it iconic. This is a really good time. Now on this rewatch, it has gone down a little bit for me, but I got a little bit more out of this movie, but it went down a little bit for me. Now, for the things I did like about this movie, I did understand more of the references now that I've seen more movies that I was able to pick up, and I do appreciate that out of the movie. Of course, the performances and the reveal of the two killers is of course iconic, and and of course Tandem, love that character. I didn't realize how she really wasn't in the movie that much, but still iconic. I like the vibe, the iconic lines, the iconic rules by Randy. I I really like that aspect of the movie, and I think, and that's there's not a lot unique stuff to be said because it's such an iconic movie, iconic series. Of course, this is where Ghostface was introduced, and this is the first time I actually looked at what it was actually called. So the Ghostface costume, didn't really know that before, and of course motivation with the mother. That was interesting. I've kind of forgot. That kind of caught me off guard. The kills, still iconic, still good. It does still hold up for me, but it does go a little bit down for me. I'm like, okay, I still like it, but I could appreciate more, but it goes a little bit down for me. Now, there are a few things that I actually noticed this time around that I was not the biggest fan of in this movie. I like Gail's character. I like Dewey's character. Now, we're going to get into some stuff later on revolving those characters when I talk about in later reviews, but for this movie, I do like them. But it took me off guard a few things. First off, Sydney's character took me off guard. I was so used to seeing Scream 4 Sydney Plus before that I kind of forgot this how Sydney's character was in the first movie. Still iconic, still like the character, but I just kind of forgot how her character was so different. And how Dewey let Gail kind of in, I was like, really, you're not gonna, okay, that is kind of a cliche that I noticed. I'm like, I really picked up on. I'm like, why would you kind of let her into this? I'm like, wasn't a fan of that. And that's such a small critique to have, but that is something I did notice in the movie that I'm like, smart as it was and what it was trying to do, which is meta, which I do recognize, I did appreciate that movie still. I really wasn't a big fan of that part of the movie. So, overall, I still had a better time with this movie. It does go a little bit down for me. I still think it's iconic. I still think the kills are think the kills are cool. Still like that aspect of the movie. The motivation, of course, the rules, the iconicness. But some of it did catch me off guard on a rewatch how different the characters are from Scream 1 to later on. So, yeah. Comment down below how you think of Scream. Are you a big fan of this movie? Do you prefer others in the franchise, and how you feel about Scream 7? Because I know there's some mixed reception going around, and I definitely do. My excitement goes a little bit down for this Scream 7, but I'll talk about that in kind of later reviews. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Scream 2, which I have not seen in forever and don't remember much about. So, be like your review, like watching it for the first time again.